Christian and faithful emerge from the wilderness to an ancient town they must pass through. They are warned that one of them will be martyred here. Martyred means to suffer death rather than renounce one's faith. The town is called Vanity. A fair happens all year long and is called Vanity Fair. There is much frivolity with not much restraint. Like City of Destruction, it resembles the world in its rebellion against God. And it resembles the state of sin and immorality. Immorality is wrong behavior and speaks of it in the Holy Bible. Morality refers to things that are right, and immorality has to do with things that are wrong, like stealing, lying and murdering, adultery and law-breaking. Vanity Fair is a description of what the world offers without Jesus. It is a place of corruption and deception. But not all things are bad. God gives us it to enjoy, like houses, land, trade, marriage, children, etc. But when it becomes more important and valuable to us than God, then it becomes what is known as idolatry. Idolatry is an extreme admiration, love or worship for something or someone. Christian and faithful stand out at the fair and they don't fit in. So much so, even the way they dress and speak are different. They don't get absorbed with gossip, swearing, rude humour and filthy language. They speak with wisdom and grace which comes from the Holy Bible. Sometimes standing true and faithful in what you believe in can come at a cost. Christian and faithful were mocked and mistreated because of their good behaviour, because of their faith. They were beaten and imprisoned and put in a cage. How did they respond? Not with anger or scorn or hate. In the face of persecution, they were quiet and sober-minded and endured the suffering with patience, meekness and wisdom. Why? Because they knew God was in control, not them. Did you know John Bunyan was in prison for 12 years? He knew what the suffering was like, but he endured it and was faithful to God. He wrote Pilgrim's Progress at this time. He learned patience and his faith in God was strengthened and his trust in God's purpose was affirmed. Christian and faithful are brought before the judge. Lord, hate good. They are described as enemies, disturbers of the peace and lawbreakers and accused of dividing the town. They stood for truth. I guess they couldn't handle the truth. As the trial continued, the court sends out a summons for witnesses. 3 stand against them: envy, superstition and pickthank. The judge Lord Hategood pronounces the witnesses as honest gentlemen, whilst Faithful as a renegade, heretic and traitor. Faithful makes a plea for his defence. The jury delivers. Guilty. Faithful is wrongly accused. John Bunyan shows the 12 members to be corrupt and deceitful. Faithful is martyred in the town of Vanity. Christian is released and joined to continue his journey with his friend Hopeful. Many Christians were martyred for their faith by standing for the truth, and it can be read in Fox's Book of the Martyrs. It was first published in 1563. Bunyan had a copy of this book along with the Bible in his prison cell. In the Bible, it is written in Matthew chapter 5 verses 10 to 12, "Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are you when they revile and persecute you and say all kinds of evil against you falsely for my sake. Rejoice and be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so they persecuted the prophets who were before you."